We need help big time. So let's jump in a call. I think everything should be pretty set up. Get this show on the road because we have to build a deck today. Is the game plan? Sound off like you've got a pair.
Testing, testing, 1, 2. Hello.
Testing. Hello, Mr. Chris.
Any copers in chat?
Any copers? Stormblood tomorrow, man. We're getting to Stormblood. I can't wait. I'm interested to see what the ending is.
Well, you can't do Stormblood tomorrow because you've got to do like.
No, I'm not going into Stormblood. But what I'm excited for is the transition period, because at the end of A Realm Reborn, they set up like 50 plot lines very quickly, and then they murdered the Scions, quote unquote. We had Raban's arm being chopped off. We had all that stuff happen at the end of A Realm Reborn. So I'm kind of curious as to what they're finishing, what kind of note they're going to finish Heavensward on.
Yeah, me too, because I'm not up to where you are in the MSQ. You've overtaken me again, so I'm just staying away as much as I can.
That's fair.
Because yeah, I mean, when you got to that stuff yesterday, like that cutscene with at the end of the fight with the dragon, I was like, I was bawling like a bitch, man. I really was.
Did you cry?
Honestly, it got me, man. That cutscene where Horsefront appeared and stuff, I was done.
I got him.
It got me, man.
It got
me.
That's fair. I was honestly fine, because I generally don't get upset at video games, but I was genuinely fine until the Philomene, the message to Philomene at the end, like that.
I don't know what that is, so keep it vague, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Just to say, I was very close to being in the same boat.
There's extra rewards for daily and weekly wins too.
Sure. I was very upset. Right. So, do you want me to share this on Discord with you?
I can probably do it on OBS, actually. I can probably just.
Oh, of course. You've already got a direct view, haven't you? Excellent.
I do indeed. Yes, that's probably fine.
All right, Chris. So, as per the rules, we have to face our chess champion, Anna Kremling, next week. I have to have a deck built. I have 2 hours, as per the rules of this, in order to come out of today, with your guidance, ready to kick ass and take some names.
Yes. So, I've kind of I put some planning yesterday. I was playing last night. God, I'm getting back into Magic the Gathering, man. Like,
it was really fun. I was surprised how fun it was. Yeah.
Yeah. I was playing a little bit just to catch up again, and I was like, shit, this might have got me again. But yeah. So I thought what we'd have on the agenda today. I'm going to go through a little bit just about the colors, because we have limited time.
Yeah.
So you've already done one of the color challenges.
Yeah, I've done red.
We only really have time for, I think, one more. So what we'll do is we'll kind of decide now what sort of deck you might want to play. We'll do our second color for the color challenge, and then we'll open some packs and make a deck. I think that's what we'll do today, basically.
Okay, describe to me the colors then.
Yeah, so you've probably noticed from the color challenges there's 5 colors. Right?
Yep.
Pretty simple. Now, much like in Hearthstone, where you have kind of different classes, it all kind of comes back to Magic in a way. Is each color has its kind of own archetypes and things that it's associated with. And so the colors that you choose will sort of determine what deck you're going to play, or what sort of deck you're going to be playing, right? Right,
so question I have is that you can mix and match 2 colors, I think, but you are going to be then limited by your land types that you get. Correct. Because that's what the limitation factor is. So you can't, like using 3 colors, I don't know what the rules are specifically, but you could maybe mix 3, but you'd never get the land to actually cast anything, so it'd be a waste of time.
That is the thing. There is no specific rule limiting the amount of colors you can have. I have played against 5 color decks before. They tend to be super cheesy and weird stuff like artifacts mostly and whatever. But most the standard decks operate on the 2 color system, maybe with a little splash of a 3rd color. And there are 3 color decks as well, but typically it's quite common for it just to be one of the 2.
Well, let's keep it simple. We don't have the time to go crazy.
Indeed. So I'll run through the colors a little bit, and you've probably already picked up a little bit on this from when you've played against them. So white is, you can probably associate it with kind of like priest in Hearthstone.
There was a healing tendency in that one when I placed a white one.
Yep. So lots of healing, lots of damage prevention, protection. It's like peace, so you like pacify enemies. You have a lot of weenies generally, so kind of small soldier types that maybe kind of buff each other a little bit. And then you sometimes have big solutions as well, so like angels and stuff like that. That's kind of white. When you go over to blue, then you're starting to get into the tricksy color, which is generally what people... It has a reputation. So blue has things like card draw, seeing what cards you have before you draw them, counter spells, copying stuff, evasion, so lots of flyers and other things that kind of evade around blockers and stuff like that, tapping other people, the enemy's cards and things like that. So blue is the color you choose when you want to fuck with people, and it's the color that I immediately thought of when I thought of a chess player. Like,
maybe
blue is probably what they'd go towards, but I don't know. I suppose we'll see.
According to the VOD, she's not played yet, which is very suspect.
Well, yeah, a bit sus.
Yeah, a little bit sus. Yeah. There was accusations that maybe she deleted the VOD, so we couldn't see what was going on. We'll see.
Maybe. Moving on to black. So black is, it's similar to Warlock, I suppose, in Hearthstone. So lots of creature destruction, sacrificing stuff, discarding mechanics, resurrection. So pulling stuff from your graveyard back into play. That sort of thing. Red, you've already played a little bit of, so you probably have an understanding of what that's like. So lots of burn, so direct damage, lots of aggro creatures, so haste and trample and things like that is quite common among red.
Smash face with red is what I got out of it.
Smash face, yeah, exactly. And then we have green, and green is like the druid in Hearthstone, so these are generally associated with ramp decks, so really summoning big, massive creatures, making your creatures really strong, pumping them up, getting lots and lots of mana out of your deck and stuff like that. And so that's kind of forms the basic 5-color. But then we get into the 2-color decks, and that's really where Magic actually is in most cases. So you then take those archetypes and combine them together to form a synergistic combination. And
what's considered the most popular, or is it not? Is there not a...
Doesn't really work like that. I mean, it's like I suppose in Hearthstone maybe it's a little bit more unbalanced, but generally, you can find good stuff in everything, right? Because there's so many different cards, right? It can be a bit crazy. I'm not super up on the meta, so I don't know what the big net decks and stuff are, but we're not that worried about that because I don't think either of you or Cramling is going to be net decking. So
my inclination is something like green-black, honestly.
Yeah, so green-black, which generally you'll see referred to as Selesnya, so that's its name. These are all the guilds in the universe.
Okay.
Selesnya is green-white, sorry. Golgari is green-black, sorry. My mistake. So Golgari is green-black, and that's kind of a lot of so you resurrect stuff, it's kind of a lot of swampy, kind of those sorts of creatures. It's quite cool. Golgari is quite fun. I kind of assumed your instinct would be more to go towards red, actually. I mean, we'll probably
I'm thinking
have to,
tactically here. Is that I think she would expect me to go red. And I think she'd move towards a hard counter of red. I'm trying to out-chess the chess a little bit. Not that particularly matters, because if we get a good deck together, then we can still win. But
yes. Ultimately...
Red seems like the obvious choice. And I got hard countered in my test game. Like, no matter what I did when it gave me that little PvP game, there's just nothing I could do. I just got completely destroyed.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it depends ultimately what your matchup is, right? That always is what it comes down to in a lot of these things. I mean, if you're doing an aggro deck and someone can stall you indefinitely, you're kind of screwed, right? Now, definitely with red, that is true. I mean, it may be that she plans for you playing red, and so she kind of counters you pretty heavily. It's kind of hard to say. The only concern I have is us playing something else, is that we have to unlock the color challenge to get the deck. So we would have to do another color challenge to do it, and I don't know how much time we have. That's my only concern.
Okay. Do we maybe want to mix red with something? What's your advice here? What would you suggest we go with?
So it really depends what your inclination is. Yeah. So I mean, with red, obviously you can go a combination of all of the other colors. So it just depends whichever one kind of what you think sounds good to you in terms of marrying it up. So if you were going red-black, then you would be going for pretty heavy on destruction, right? So that's Rakdos. So with Rakdos, you tend to have a lot of kind of blowing shit up. That's vampires, so the vampire decks are all Rakdos as well. So You can go red-white, which is Boros, and that tends to have a lot of soldiers, a lot of little minions. The format is best of 3, chat, by the way, so we will have some sideboarding as well, so that should be pretty fun. I will mention a little bit about sideboarding in a little bit when we come to actually make the deck. Going red-green, then you're kind of looking towards pushing out really big, heavy creatures as well as doing that burn damage.
What do you think she's going to play? Blue?
I would say it'd be something like maybe blue-black or blue-white would be or blue-green. Yeah, it could be anything. I'm guessing blue. I don't know if that might just be my perception of blue. But blue-green is a lot of fun in terms of like messing with the other player. So I've played Simic decks before that have been really fun.
So she plays blue-white or blue-something. What do we want to play? Because we want every advantage we can get.
I mean, ultimately, it depends what playstyle you're going to do best at, right? I mean, if you go into like a really complex blue deck, like even if it technically counters them, you may struggle because you won't necessarily know all the perfect combos.
Well, I won't even know what cards they have, right? We'll have to take it
exactly,
as it comes.
Yeah. So we're going to have to kind of take it as it comes. So we wouldn't necessarily want to go like really in depth, right? So we want to try and kind of look at it more of a standard, maybe a mid-range deck, something like that.
Oh yeah, we want simple, basic cards. Like we're not going to be we just need to play to our strengths here. We're not going to pull off some 5-head maneuver that needs 5 steps to get there. We're not going to. We have only got 2 hours. We're not going to learn that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I think we go with something like red-green, something along those lines.
That is certainly what the chat is saying. Yeah.
Yeah, chat is also saying red-green.
Yeah.
So should we take a look at green then?
Yeah, let's have a look at red-green.
Through hell to lose to you.
And we can look at maybe a Gruul deck, which is lots of big pamp, right?
Okay. I like your style. So let's get into this. See what we get out of it.
So generally, when you're playing this green deck, your focus is going to be on pumping your mana, and then getting big creatures out. That's kind of what your priority is going to be, and trying to kind of hold them off until you can do it.
You a little bit of the game. Okay, so I have here a Rampaging Bronzodon Trample. Whenever Rampaging Bronzodon attacks, it gets 1/1 until the end of the turn for each land you control. Oh, so it gets buffed for our mana. A Baloth Pack Hunter Trample. When Baloth Pack Hunter encounters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 counters on each other creature you control. Okay. I wonder if I only have one other creature down, does it put it both on one? Add 1 mana of any colour. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, add 2 mana of any colour instead.
Yeah, so this is kind of a mana card, right? So you put the creatures down, and this allows you to, because you're only normally allowed to put 1 land down, right?
Yeah.
So this allows you to add additional mana. Otherwise, and trample is really good once you start putting out some really big creatures. Because trample, like when you know how like in the games you've done so far, you like chump block, and you add like a little minion up against a big minion. Yeah. Well, trample doesn't really work for that, because with trample, any additional damage goes through. Oh, I see. So if I was to block a 1/1 against a 7/7, I'm still taking 6. So you can kind of get around chump blockers using trample. Okay.
I guess we want to put down this Elysian Caryatid, even though... Yeah. Right, Hallowed Priest. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on the Hallowed. So that gets buff every time he heals. This is a white deck,
then. It is indeed, yes. Now, what you'll find with these sorts of white decks is that there's going to be other minions with that sort of synergy in. So what you would expect is there's going to be stuff that heals in now, right? To make that buff cycle.
Now, my instinct here is not to block this. Because, I don't want to block this.
Yeah, because your health is basically just a resource. Yeah? So, ultimately, at this stage, health isn't that important, certainly against a weenie 1/1, right? Or 1/2. So it doesn't matter that much.
Oh, I just realised this only buffs other Baloth Pack Hunters.
Correct, yes.
Oh, okay.
So, you're going to have to put one down first anyway, so that's fine, I think. You just want to make sure that's still alive when you put down number 2.
Correct. Yeah, I understand. Okay. Forest down. So I probably want to put another one down, because now that I'll buff the other one as well.
Yeah, that seems smart.
Sweet. Now because I have that creature being over 4, I get 2 mana. Right?
Yes, so if you tap that, you'll get an additional 2 mana, so you can play that other dude. Yeah, so in that you've kind of gotten around your mana limitation to play the additional creature.
Yeah. Now, would I want to send in my 5/5 here, even though he kills it, but I would kill all 3?
Yeah, I mean, he would have to sacrifice 3 minions.
Yeah.
And again, one of them, the big ones in the middle, is obviously pretty important to his strategy. So I'm going to guess he's probably going to chump block you, which is fine, I think, in this case. You might go. Oh, really? Wow. Okay. So, right. Yeah, I would say this is a fine trade, ultimately. I don't think it's a huge issue, just because, like, that middle minion with the healing buff, like, can get out of hand pretty quickly. The only thing you're really losing is the buff on the next Pack Hunter if you have another one, but yeah, you're ahead there.
Well, I think we can now put down, Bronzodon.
Exactly. So now you've got the big boy with Trample. So even if he's only got a 1/1 out, you know, it's not going to matter. He can't jump block that now. So he's going to have to either, you know, use some sort of removal, or he's going to have to, you know, take the damage. So
there's no reason I don't attack here, because even if he blocks me, he loses his priest.
Correct. Yeah, unless he has some sort of combat trick, but that's the only time you're ever going to have to think about that is if they have mana free. Because the most crucial difference between a game like Magic and a game like Hearthstone is the ability to play stuff on your opponent's turn. And that completely changes the way the dynamic works. So you've always got to think about playing your opponent more so.
Does Trample always go first?
No, I mean, not necessarily.
Okay. Well, I kind of like that build. This one makes a lot more sense to me than the red one, but I'm used to the red one now as well. I kind of like this one. I'm not drinking any more of Emma's potion today. No, I'm not.
No, washing up liquid.
Oh, God. Target creature gets 4/4 for a turn. Oh, that's nice. Oh, we got Feral Raw, dude. Okay, let's push forward.
Red. Yeah, so up against red.
Okay. So what would I think about when facing a red is...
So these guys, I mean, you've played this deck, so you actually know what's in it, right? So, you know, this deck is all about summoning goblins and using that kind of, enchantment that shoots your character as well, yeah?
Yeah.
So, really, all you got to do is just try and ahead of kind of the chip damage that they're doing. And obviously, once you've got something that can block it, okay, so here we can see kind of one of the traits of red, which is removal.
Yep.
So you've seen the threat of your ramp, so they remove it.
Vigilance and reach. Vigilance. Attacking doesn't cause a creature with vigilance to tap. And a creature with reach can block creatures with flying. Oh, so it can block flying creatures. Okay.
Correct, yeah. So against blue, we should see that coming in much more useful.
Is it worth, at this point, then, throwing down this card, even though it can be killed instantly?
Yes, I mean, ultimately, like, they've only got so much removal, generally. So, you know, you may as well kind of get it out there. I mean, unless it's something that's really crucial. But at this stage, it's not like you have anything else that you can kind of sacrifice instead. So
yeah, I'm not utilising the mana, that's all. It feels like, you know, like a little waste.
So in this case, you know, that would be a waste to block that chip damage, right?
Ooh. Oh, 1/1 counter on a target creature you control. Untap that creature. Oh, okay.
So this can be good if you wanted to kind of like bring back a surprise sort of blocker.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can do that sort of thing.
I think I want to get a spider out here.
I mean, it's unlikely he's going to have any flyers, but vigilance is really good because it means you can attack without losing a blocker.
Okay.
Because these are instants, it's just saying you can play them now, so you don't have to. So it's basically just pausing each step.
I'm just wondering if I did a 1/1 on here, they can't kill my spider.
That is true, but you wouldn't necessarily want to do that yet, because that may affect what their choices are in terms of blocking. So what you might do, for example, in this scenario, okay, you've got a 4/4 and they've got enough to kill it. So maybe you attacked with your 4/4, let's say, and they then put all their stuff in to block it.
Then I would buff it up. Oh, I keep forgetting that I could do that, actually. That's...
Yeah. So that's kind of one of the interesting things about this game. So every turn, basically, is made up of different phases. You probably noticed that. You have your main phase, and then your combat phase, and then your second main phase, and then the end phase. And every one of those phases kind of has these little steps in between. So combat, you declare attackers, then they declare blockers, then the combat resolves, and then so on. And each of those steps, they have something called a stack. So the stack is effectively the order in which cards resolve. So as an example, let's say, your Sentinel Spider is declared as an attacker. I wouldn't attack with a 1/1, by the way.
Why not?
Because they'll block it and kill it.
Haven't they already decided not to block, so I can put my 1/1 out again now? I think
no. So you notice at the bottom it says to blockers, so they haven't declared blockers yet. Yeah. So at this stage, so the logical thing would be to block that with a 2/2 and remove your mana resource.
Yeah, I kind of I'm committed now. Anyway, it's happening.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really much you can do about it now.
They're not blocking it.
Yeah. Okay. So he's doing the whole thing, right? So
now I want to do the 1/1, right?
Order. Yeah. So here you can do the 1 mana buff. So you can hit done, and then play your combat trick.
Yep. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously to show... This is the AI to show you how this works.
Yeah. Now, as an example in that scenario, let's say you were playing against a blue player instead, and you buffed that... you added that buff onto your character that was attacking. That would then go onto the stack. Now, if I was playing a blue card, maybe I would go, okay, well, I play a counter spell, and I counter that buff. And because that counter is higher up in the stack, it resolves first. So the counter would occur before the buff has a chance to happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So in that, it can get a little funny, because if you're playing, like, say, 2 blue players, you can start doing counters to your counters to your counters sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of kind of depth there, potentially. And it can get pretty funny.
Colossal Majesty, then. At the beginning of your upkeep, I assume that's at the start of your turn. Is that what that means?
Upkeep step is part of the beginning of the turn, yeah. So it happens kind of after the start of the turn, I believe before the draw step. Just kind of in that initial phase.
Okay, so I think wouldn't that be worth putting out there so that we get an extra card?
Yeah, so if you can keep the spider alive, then absolutely, yes.
Okay, we don't want a 1/1 just yet. Again,
at this point, yeah, you can totally attack with that if you want. I mean, at this point, you're now safe to do so.
Yeah.
For sure. You might as well get the extra damage in.
Ooh, dragon.
Mm-hmm. So this is a flyer and haste. So this is where your sentinel spider is going to come in really useful. Which, thankfully, because it has vigilance, you can still block with it.
Yeah. Is it attacking me?
Not yet, but it may do now.
Yeah, it's got haste, right? Which means it can attack. Okay, he's not using the haste. Okay.
Yeah, so he's probably, because he's seen that you've got a minion with reach.
Yeah.
He knows it's not really worth it.
What do we get here? Okay. Well, there's no reason not to put down the pack hunter right now, I don't think. Although he's putting out flying creatures, it might be better to put down reach again, 2 reach cards.
You go either way. What I would say though is if you were to, yeah, I think that's fine. I think either of those options actually fine in this scenario. It just means you'll have to tap the 1/1. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Oh, I see. I haven't been doing this. So this can give me 2... If I do this, I can then get out my spider as well, right?
If you wanted to add this to the mana pool, so you can basically choose exactly what color.
Oh, because I've only got 1 left, right? Spider needs 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Should we put down our other mana card then?
Yeah, I mean that would be quite sensible, I think, in this scenario to do that. Because then you're basically freeing up an additional 4 mana.
Yeah, exactly. I can get 4 more mana out for a massive move.
And next turn you can get the Bronzodon out.
This has Vigilance, so it's not going to be tapped, so there's no reason not to attack with this thing, right? Because I can still block with it if he decides to attack after.
Yeah, generally the only reason you wouldn't attack is if like if the enemy had something that's going to kill it on block. That's a combat trick, but in this case, yes. Yeah, there's no reason not to.
Cool.
So you get that extra card, which is nice.
Yep. Oh, I get the buffed Pack Hunter now as well, which is nice.
You can do that, or you can get the big bastard out because you've got that extra mana from your mana guys.
Yeah. What would you play here? Would you go for the buffed to get the buff because you've got the Pack Hunter out? So you get that extra. That becomes a 4/4 then, right?
I mean, there's something to be said for kind of
out.
spreading your wealth, I guess. But in this instance, now that you're getting kind of a really nicely progressed board, like you can start to put out the big bastards. Right, you're kind of safe to do that without suffering. It's always a judgment call you have to make as to whether or not it's just going to get killed outright and you're going to be left with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But you
go for the throat here, right?
Decent board, yeah, exactly, right. So you can kind of really start to do some damage. Only thing I would say is I probably wouldn't have bothered with the 1/1 because it's not going to make a huge difference.
Shit. I thought I would have been able to put out Stony Strength then when he selects his blockers, but I couldn't do that.
You didn't have a mana free. So.
Oh, I thought I had one spare from the cards. My mistake. I mean, it's game over now anyway, right?
Indeed, yeah. You've got him.
I'm gonna make this guy, like, giga thick.
The big chief.
He's going in. Kaboom! 18 overkill!
Kaboom.
I quite like this green deck, actually.
Yeah, it's really fun, and especially once you kind of mix it with kind of the burn of red and kind of the smaller, faster creatures, it does mean you get a really nice combo.
Okay. So we just got some base 2/2 here. Epic Proportions. Flash. What's Flash? You may cast a spell with Flash anytime you could cast an instance.
Yeah,
and
so that means that you can cast it during an opponent's turn.
Yeah. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +5/+5 and has trample. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's
so
huge.
obviously it's very costly, but that's the sort of thing that you can put on for a finishing move, right? Because if someone chump blocks your creature, you know, you can then put that on there and just smash through with the extra damage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's sort of big card if you can afford it. Right, so now we're up against blue, right? So now we can start to expect counter spells, returning stuff to hands, flyers, things like that.
Okay.
So the reaches are going to be really nice here in theory.
Any reason not to get the 1/1 out here?
No, you might as well do it.
It can get complex, but we need to keep it as simple as we can for what we're going to be doing.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you can go pretty deep into it. I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm like a super expert or anything, right? You know, at all. So even I have a fairly simplistic understanding compared to some people. Some people even in our community, I know, are really well into it. But so you can buff that if you want.
Yeah, it's not going to help me here though. Without sacking them both.
Well, no, but what it will do is use up your mana.
Oh, is it permanent?
It's a 1/1. So a 1/1 counter will just permanently buff that effectively.
Oh, it buffs itself. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think I want to attack here, or do I?
I wouldn't do, personally.
No. I haven't got any mana left, have I? No.
No.
No, okay.
So your real focus is going to be making that guy strong, and obviously getting your mana out as much as possible so you can get the big guy out as soon as you can.
Yeah.
Now, you've got some really good combat tricks here, so you're going to start to have some good stuff. So you're going to be able to kind of withstand some of those other blocks quite easily as well if you need to. So you have got a mana free, so what I would say to do is not tap the other guy, the
No.
tree. So you've now got that mana free if you need it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, if I go for doing something now and he decides to block me, I can strengthen this to make sure it kills his card. Because I could do that one first, then that one, and kill them both if he decides. Oh, that one's tapped anyway. But I could wipe out his card without losing mine.
Yeah. So if you were to say, for example, if you were to attack right now, I imagine he'd probably just sack the 1/3 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But if he wanted to kill it, he could shove 2 into it. And then you could use your combat trick to buff it and, save your creature if you wanted to. So I'd say you're pretty safe to attack with the 3/3 now. I think that would be fine.
Right.
Here we go. So
I want it in that order.
Yeah, that's fine. And then you can buff it to
I
survive.
need to buff my card. Okay. Nice. Ooh. Creature spells with flying you cast cost 1 less. Okay, so let's see. Do I want to be buffing this card like every turn essentially?
It depends whether you want to play something else. So I think now you can actually play the big guy because you have the 4/4, so you're getting an extra mana. So you can actually get the 7/7 out, which is generally worth.
He can't kill me anyway, right?
So he can't kill you unless he buffs it or does something else. Yeah. So
okay. Fair enough.
Which is sensible.
At the beginning of your upkeep. Okay, that gives me an extra card. That's good.
Yeah, which is always good, certainly at this stage in the game where your opponent's kind of running into. Now, he does have a 4/4 flyer, so you can buff that if you want. It just means that you won't have the combat trick. So, but that will leave you vulnerable if he decides to double block. But he won't be able to just block you with the 4/4 and sack that. What you might be able to do is bait him into blocking with the flyer.
And then buff my card.
Yeah, so that may be, but he may just take the damage as well, which again would be fine.
I have 2 mana left, right? So I can buff him. Oh no, it costs 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you would have effectively 1 mana free, so you could probably buff it still, but... Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, because he gets a buff for every land you have, so...
Oh! Okay, that thing's a monster. Yeah, that guy is chonker extreme. So he's going to trample.
Yeah, so he's still going to get through a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's going to lose... so it takes away the 1, so he'd be 11 after this? Or does it take away the 3?
It'll take... So the 9 damage will go through.
9 will go through. So if I... Ooh, 9... 13... So I can't... Oh, I could play... Can I play both of these? I have 2 mana. I could kill him here, right? This is lethal.
So 9... 13... Yeah, you can. Yeah, you have lethal, so... He does have 1 mana free, but...
Oh, no, you think he's going to wreck my life? No.
He does. Okay. I mean, a blue player typically would definitely have a card for that. So, I think in most cases, he'd probably return that shit to your hand or something, but...
Okay. We're getting somewhere. I think we have to play a player now, Chris. This is when it gets real.
Yes, I think actually... No, I think we've got one more before a player. We've got black to do.
10-10! Look at this guy!
Yeah. 5 mana, 10-10.
Oof.
Fatty boy.
Yeah. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target. Target creature you don't control. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to the target creature you don't control. Does that just make it just randomly attack?
Yeah, I mean, essentially you're just allowing it's a type of removal spell, that's all, but it's dependent on you having a powerful creature. That's the downside. Of course, if you have a 10-10, you know, you can basically kill anything on the board, so...
Okay. I'm influenced to 20. Watch out.
Watch out.
Watch out. Typhoid rats. Death touch.
Okay, so these are really fun. So this you have to be mindful of a 1/1 with this, because what Death Touch does is if it does any damage to your card, it kills it at the end of the combat step.
Right.
So if you have a 10-10 and he chump blocks it with the 1, your 10-10 is still going to die.
Okay.
So Death Touch is one of those things you just have to be very mindful of, because, you know, it can kill anything.
Yeah, and we don't really carry removal, do we?
Not much, no.
No. What's this? Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a 1... Oh, so that's... Okay, so that's buffed every time it kills... This kills one of my cards, essentially.
Well, yeah, or your creature dies for any reason, which, again, black does have removal, so it can kill creatures outright.
I mean, what I would like to do here is get rid of this before I put down another card.
I would say that you're probably going to struggle with that, because the AI, as simplistic as it is, still knows not to waste a Death Touch, so it's going to kind of keep it back for stuff like that.
Preach the Planeswalker, Hog.
So, I mean,
but I can force this to do it, right? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You could remove it with Rabid Bite. That is true, actually. Yes.
Which I kind of want to do, because I think if I put any of the big creatures down, this thing's going to try and take them out until it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have flyers or anything, so it's always going to be a bit of a pain. So, yeah, that's not unwise. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good with that, actually.
And that stops him getting buffed as well.
Correct.
So if you decide, if I could attack here, I mean, he could block me, but I mean that's fine too, because he wants to keep that on the field as long as possible.
He does, but you also want to keep your mana on the field. I mean, and all for the sake of 1 damage.
True.
It's weighing out the value of the damage it can do versus the value of it being alive.
Yeah. So if I block this, he gains a 2/2.
So that goes up to a 2/2, exactly.
So what would be the play here value-wise? It's better to get rid of one of these cards?
I'll just take the damage.
Okay.
Because right now it's just a 1/1. I mean, it does have value. Obviously, you know, it will be important later, but right now it's not that important. It has more value as something that can help you get cards out.
Again, I want to skip this, not attack, I don't think. Right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would leave it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do, but you're making the risk as to whether or not the mana that it's going to bring you soon is going to be more valuable.
Okay, what's this? Flying. At the beginning of your end step, if an opponent lost life this turn, puts a 1/1 on him. Okay.
So that, for example, might be something you want to use some removal on.
Yeah, I kind of want to bite that and just get rid of it.
And you can also play your pack hunter, which will now be a 4/4. So that's now going to mean that your Dryad thing is going to give you an extra mana. So you've now got 2 mana from that.
It's fine.
And you could attack here now pretty freely. Because
Even if he double blocks me, he's fucked. That's fine.
Yeah. So the only opportunity he's got is unless he uses removal, which he might.
Who's this guy? Whenever a creature dealt damage by the vampire this turn dies, put a 1/1 on him.
So you want to make sure you kill that rather than just chomp block it, for example.
Yeah. I think it's probably time we got Big Boy up.
Yes, I think that's reasonable.
Now, although I can't buff this pack hunter, if he does double block me, he loses all his cards, which seems fine to me.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good trade because they're buff creatures.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, that might have been the 3 thief. Perhaps might not have been just because now it's going to get a buff.
Yeah, that's fine. I understand that. Yeah, I should have just played it safe with the 1 card there. What's this? When Affectionate Indrik enters the battlefield, you may have it fight target creatures you don't control. He walks in and just kind of stomps around.
So this would allow you to effectively attack a creature outside of combat.
Yeah. I think we've won now anyway, I think.
I mean, not entirely, but you're getting there, certainly, yes.
Oh, he's got Typhoid Rats again. But this is tapped, so he can't block me with this and kill my big boy anyway.
Yeah, I mean, trample may be enough.
I just want to use the dinosaur here because the pack hunter will die.
If you attack with the 7/7 on its own, though, I mean, it's just going to block with Typhoid Rats. I mean, you're obviously going to get 6.
No, he's tapped though, right? He can't block with that.
Yeah, it can block. It can't attack, but it can block on the first turn.
Oh. Alright, so what's the order of operations here then?
So, obviously you can't block with the Sengir Vampire. Oh yeah, it's still lethal actually. Never mind. Yeah, because you can't block with the Vampire, so it's still lethal.
Is it?
Yeah, because it can only block 1 damage, so the rest is going to go through.
Oh, am I confused on how Death Touch works? It won't instantly kill it, it kills it at the end of the turn, was that right?
It's at the end of the combat step.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's fine then. I thought it would instantly kill it.
Yeah, smashed.
Cool!
I keep forgetting about the buff on the dinosaur.
He gets big, that boy!
He does get big. He does get big.
The first rule of green or red decks, math is for blockers. That will carry you until you realise it's bad. Have I got some cats? When Generous Stray enters the battlefield, draw a card. Okay, so it's card draw. World Shaper. Whenever World Shaper attacks, you may mill 3 cards. When World Shaper dies, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. That's that mana card, and okay, these are just 4/2 with trample. Okay. Alright, let's play a real player. Let's see how this goes. Focus up, team. We've got a real game to play.
With these games, some of these guys are doing the same thing you are, but most of them are playing proper decks. So, you know, it would be normal to get smashed.
Yeah. If it's somebody else in the chat again, I'm going to be very sad.
So I've done 3 of the color challenges now on my new account. I won 2 of the player games.
This looks okay.
Fairies. Yeah, I'd say it looks fine, right? That looks fine. You've got a nice balance.
Okay. Oh, what a pretty board.
Mm-hmm. I see. I gave you I unlocked the pet and the player icon for you.
No, I didn't notice that at all. Thank you, though.
I got those from the store for you, ready.
All right, focus up now, team. This is a real game.
Real game. Okay, so I think this guy's probably playing the white deck from the color challenge.
Yeah. So he heals every time he plays a creature.
So this is the card that they will use in concert with that other one, the one that buffs every time he gets healed.
Mm-hmm.
So using these 2 together is how it really gets out of hand. So when I did my white challenge against the player, in the end I think I had like an 18-18 and a 17-17. I think that's what I ended up with those cards.
Well, I want to get my pack hunter out here, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 2-2. I should remember that.
Yeah, double strike.
stroke.
You have to treat it that way. Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Right, I'm not. Can I block with this 3-3? He's just going to lose his card, right?
Yeah, so he's just going to lose his card. So yes, absolutely, I'd block with that because that's going to remove fairly crucial synergy for him.
Unless he's about to buff it.
Unless he's about to use a combat trick, which he has 1 mana free. I'm not sure what he would use. Oh, that would explain it.
I walked right into that. It's fine.
Yeah.
Plays the same. No point in attacking here. Okay. His health's just going up, fucker.
Yeah, it does.
Wait till I get my dinosaur out, bro! Oh no, he CC'd my card!
Yeah, you CC'd, pacified.
Can I have a dinosaur now? Woohoo! I wonder if this still counts though that that's out on the field for science.
Yeah, it does. It does. So even if it's pacified, it still is on.
No, it buffed the CC
it
card.
won't do anything, but you know it does count.
I got such a strong CC card. It's sick. So good. Okay.
It does also still count towards the mana card, so that card still technically has value.
What's that?
So that's going to tap all your creatures, obviously, and it gives them what's called lifelink. So all the damage they do, he heals for that turn.
Okay. All I've got is mana. I've got mana for days.
Yeah, so you're kind of mana flooded a little bit. That is one of the things that can happen in Magic, is because you're dependent on your lands. You know, it does really matter how much land you get versus how many other cards. So if you have too much or too little, you can be screwed over.
Oh yeah, I think I'm dead next turn pretty much. I can't do anything.
Well, you might as well play the Mystic, I guess, but... Yes. Well, you can play it after combat, it's fine. I mean, you can...
We could kill something if he blocks it.
Well, he has no blockers at the moment, they're all tapped, so I'd almost keep it back just to have a blocker. The 3/3.
Play the 1/1 as an attack, just for the... We're not going to use it to block, are we?
No. Not unless you wanted to chunk block it, which I would say is not pointless. And then I'd pay your It's just mana, but...
Still a chance here. Be brave, team. He's got no fucking cards left. Okay. An Angel of Vitality. If you would gain life, you gain that much life plus 1 instead. Angel of Vitality gets 2/2 as long as you have 25 or more life. Oh, come on!
Yeah, I think the draw, we've just had it bad on the draw this time, unfortunately. It does happen. I'd try and keep back some blockers and just hope you draw something good. That's all you can do right now. This is sometimes how the games go, so...
You can't remove CC at all, right?
There are cards to do it. You don't have any, but yes, there are some.
I mean, you have. I got World Shaper to get more land cards.
Yeah.
Sick. That's awesome.
Get more land. Yeah, that's what we need.
He still can't kill me next turn.
No, you've got blockers and stuff. I think he's holding back for something. I'm not sure why he held back last time. Yeah, I think maybe he was worried you had something, but obviously you've got no cards now, so we know you don't. Yeah, I'm afraid that's a GG.
How do you forfeit this?
It's up there. Concede.
I mean,
GG.
I want a redo, man. That was boss. Sat there with like 20 mana. I'm gonna get you in a minute. Just you wait. I'm just building for the snowball. It's coming.
Yeah. So that totally happens. It's one of the things in Magic. Like either you get mana drought or mana flood. These things do happen.
Okay.
Right, so we finished.
There's a man at my door.
One.
Sorry, Chris. I can see him now
No
waving at me through the window. 1 second, dude.
So guys, did you guys know that there's a really stylish Quest shirt on the Preach Gaming store right now? Designed by yours truly. It seems to be quite popular. I mean, you don't want to miss out. Reasonably priced, good quality, excellent design. Also, while I'm here, have you guys ever heard of Amazon Prime? Yeah, Amazon Prime. It's really cool. You get like a free Twitch sub. What else? You can subscribe on our website. You know, even $1, you get all that premium content. What else can I shill? I mean, even just the YouTube channel. You know, go watch some videos. I think he's got mana costs now, and he was confused at first. I think he's getting it now about the difference between the colorless and colored mana. It's fine. And yes, actually, NordVPN. I think Nupss is today the last day of our NordVPN partnership. I think it is. Yeah. So today is the last day of our partnership with NordVPN. So if you were thinking about getting it, there is a box below stream, and you can get a great deal. And that will not be there tomorrow. So I'm pretty shameless, guys. Mike doesn't like to shill sponsored stuff, but I'll do it.
Okay. All right. Okay, we're back.
What did the guy think he gave? What did you take it off?
He thought I'd gone for the kids. Oh, I have my capes here. Hold on. At least I didn't have blood all over my face like last time. I couldn't really explain the blood all over my face, guys. That was rough.
No,
okay.
that's true.
Should we try and get a deck together? Because I need to practice with the deck we're going to use.
So if you go to home, I have already bought some packs from the store.
You have enough gold for a booster.
So if you go to packs at the top.
Yep.
Let's go get one from the store.
I thought I didn't want to go crazy, so I bought 21. We got an extra one from doing the goal.
Okay.
So, Kremling, if you listen to this, if you see this, you know I'm telling you what we got. Sportsmanship, yeah. So we'll use these just to get some extra stuff, and then we'll build a deck.
Okay.
So we're looking at green and red mostly is kind of what we're targeting.
Yeah, Wolf Strike. Target creature you control gets +2/+0 until the end of turn if it's night. When it deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control.
Yeah, so with the Crimson Vow, I don't know if it was in any previous sets, but certainly I've seen it in the Crimson Vow stuff.
Ooh, we got some.
There are cards that change stuff from day to night. So there are creatures that may be like a human during the day and a werewolf at night. And
we got some removal, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we'll get day to night transformations as well.
Yeah.
We got a Voltaic Visionary. Voltaic Visionary deals 2 damage to you. Exile the top card of your library. You may play the card this turn. Activate only as a sorcery. When you play a card exiled with Voltaic Visionary, transform Voltaic Visionary to a Volt Charge Berserker. Volt Charge Berserker can't block.
So when it says playing as a sorcery, it means you have to play it during your mission days.
We got a green rare.
Oh yeah, so this is a day-night one, right? So hexproof is really good, so that means that they can't use spells on it. So they can't use removal and stuff. And it's a day-night one, so this one transforms to a werewolf at night. Nice.
At the beginning of combat on your turn, put 2 1/1 counters on another target creature you control. And when it turns into a werewolf at night, other permanents you control have hexproof. At the beginning of combat of your turn, you put 2 1/1 on each creature you control. Nice. Okay.
That's really good, actually. I like that.
Next. Got another Wolf Strike. Another green rare. The Howlpack Piper. Spell can't be countered. One mana.
No, that means no counter spells or anything will work on it.
Yeah. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If it's a wolf or werewolf, untap the Howlpack Piper. Activate only as a sorcery during the day, and then it turns into a werewolf at night. Whenever
maybe we're looking at some werewolf synergy.
Yeah, maybe. Whenever this creature enters the battlefield or transforms into the Wildsong Howler, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in random order. Okay. The Hook Hand Mariner. Just a 4/4, but at night time it becomes the Rip Hook Raider. Can't be blocked by creatures with 2 power or less. Patchwork collar.
Well, I hate that artwork. I've seen it before. It's so creepy. It spooks.
The Witch's Web. Target creature gets 3/3 and gains reach until the end of its turn.
That'd be really nice against flyers.
That would be so good. That would have been so good last game, man. The Toxic Scorpion. Death Touch. Oh, we get a Death Touch card. Sweet. When Toxic Scorpion enters the battlefield, another target creature you control gains Death Touch. Oh, so we get double Death Touch.
Yeah.
White card. We got another Abrade card. And we got Spore Crawler. When it dies, draw a card. Oh, that's nice. That would have been so handy last game as well. Fuck me.
Yeah. You can start to see the shortcomings of some decks. Okay, this is cool. So, sometimes there are lands that are dual colour. And typically these enter the battlefield tapped, so you can't use them on that first turn.
Right.
So that's the price you pay, but it gives you more flexibility in a 2-colour deck.
But that adds black and green, right? We ideally want red and green. That would be sweet.
Correct. Yeah, we would want a red-green.
Sporeback Wolf. As long as it's your turn, Storeback gets +2. And the Crushing Canopy. Choose one. Destroy target creature with flying or destroy target enchantment. Could I use that on my own card if it had been hexed or CC'd?
You can use like instants and stuff on any card you want as long as it's not hexproof. So what I've done in the past is I've had like a really like a good creature, for example, and someone's tried to use removal on it. I've then returned it to my own hand using a blue spell, which normally you would use on an enemy card, but you know, to save it basically. So you can. There are definitely tactical uses of removal, quote unquote, to like use on your own card sometimes.
Okay. Daybreak combatants. They have haste. When Daybreak combatants enters the battlefield, target creature gets +2. So, can we go for like a Zerg attack with that?
Mm-hmm.
White card, unlucky. Oh, we got Spiked Ripsaw as well. I didn't see this. Your equipped creature gets 3/3. Whenever equipped creature attacks, you may sacrifice a forest. If you do, that creature gains trample until the end of the turn. So we can actually mill some of our mana.
Yeah,
gain
exactly.
trample. Okay. Crawling Infestation. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill 2 cards. Whenever one or more creatures are put into your graveyard from anywhere during your turn, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Oh, the Hamlet Vanguard. A 1/1. It has Ward. What's that? Whenever a permanent with Ward becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter it unless that play pays the Ward cost.
So if they want to use like removal on it, they've got to pay extra.
Alright. Hamlet Vanguard enters the battlefield with 2 1/1 counters on it for each other non-token human you control. Okay. And we got the Voldaren Epicure. When Voldaren Epicure enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Create a blood token.
The blood tokens is one of the main mechanics of the Crimson Vow. It's the vampire deck that Wizards gave us has loads of it in it. I played a couple of games with it earlier this morning while you were streaming. Like the deck they gave us isn't hugely synergistic, but there is some really cool cards in it with the blood tokens. So you can definitely do some cool stuff with blood tokens for sure.
Okay.
Blood tokens basically let you discard a card and draw a card, or there are individual cards with blood token mechanics. Like if you have so many blood tokens, you get an ability.
Okay. We got the Rural Recruit 1/1. It gets training. Whenever this creature attacks with another creature with greater power, get 1/1 on it. Oh, okay. When it enters the battlefield, create a little piggy. Yay! A little piggy man. Oinkers. Rock and roll, oinkers. Ooh, red card. Dominating Vampire. When Dominating Vampire enters the battlefield, gain control of a target creature with mana value less than or equal to the number of vampires you control until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until the end of turn.
So that's pretty necessary. You'd have to have lots of vampires for that. But yeah, you can basically steal a card for the turn.
Yeah.
That's
And buff
cool.
it as well. That's nice. And we got the Falconwrath Celebrants with Menace. When Falconwrath Celebrants enter the battlefield, get 2 blood tokens. Okay. Menace. A creature with Menace can't be blocked except by 2... Oh, so it has to use 2 creatures.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Now, there's another crawling. We've got a Snarling Wolf. For 1 mana, it gets 2/2 until the end of turn. Whew. That could get nasty. That could be very useful. The Kessig Flame Breather. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Kessig Flame Breather deals 1 damage to each opponent.
To those in chat asking why we haven't just bought like hundreds and hundreds of packs because we've got 1,000,000 gems, it's because that would be silly.
Plus, we've only got the 2 hours. We can't be here all day opening cards.
Yeah,
not going to work.
I mean, I don't want to be like completely unfair, and also we want what we're displaying to be somewhat reasonable for you guys to even look at, right? If you're interested in playing. So
gain control of a target creature until the end of turn. Untap that creature. Gains haste until the end of turn and create a blood token. What's this? I'm just looking for the green and reds. The Grisly Ritual. Oh, that's black. Never mind. Witch's Web. Cartographer's Survey. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put 2 land cards from among them on the battlefield tapped. Put the rest at the bottom. So we could... That's like a you desperately need mana. Ooh, look at this red one. The Alchemist Gambit. Cleave. That needs 2 blue and a red. And 1 normal mana. Take an extra turn after this one. During that turn, damage can't... I don't think we're going to use that one because it needs... blue mana.
Yeah, take an extra turn is like can be quite an overpowered mechanic. I believe there are certain cards that have been banned at the moment because of it. But banned from standard. But yeah, it's it'll be pretty crazy. But that's more of an is it thing, which is blue-red. We probably won't get that too much.
Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all land cards revealed this way into your hand and the rest into your... So you literally just grab some more mana. Okay. Betrayal again. Nothing there. Pair of deuces for the captain. Belligerent guest. Trample. Whenever a belligerent guest deals combat damage to a player, create a blood token. Okay. Oh, the Dawnheart Disciple. Whenever another human enters the battlefield under your control, Dawnheart Disciple gains 1/1 until the end of turn. And we got the Packsong Pup. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control another wolf or werewolf, put 1/1 on the Packsong Pup. When it dies, you gain life equal to its power. That's nice. Splendid reclamation.
Just for the record, Mike, because people in chat just keep spamming it.
What?
They're concerned that you don't understand the mana costs.
Okay, well, let me try and say it before...
Yeah, I just thought we'd clear that.
Right, this costs 3 mana. It needs 2 mana and 1 red one.
I told you, chat.
This needs 3 mana and 1 green one. What's the problem? Am I right?
They just thought you were misunderstanding. It's fine. You got it.
Return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Okay, so how do you kill land cards? It's only if I mulch them or something, right? Or get rid of them?
If you mulch them, yeah. So you would do this synergistically with something that returns your cards to the graveyard.
Hawkan Mariner again. Oh, the Moldgraph Millipede. When the Millipede enters the battlefield, mill 3 of your cards, then put a 1/1 counter on the Moldgraph Millipede for each creature in your... Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's huge, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so again, if you were to synergize this with mill decks, you know, it can get pretty crazy.
We got a red-green legendary.
Oh, yeah. X start creatures, where X is Helena and Helena's power. So you would want to be buffing that as much as possible, right?
Yeah, and then you just turbo some other card, right?
Yeah.
First strike. This creature deals combat damage before creatures without first strike. Oh, so it gives it the turn order. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, first strike.
Even if they choose the block, would it always block? Does that work for block as well? So that one would be the first to go.
Yeah. So effectively, like, say you had a 2/2 with first strike up against another 2/2. Like normally they would kill each other, but with first strike you would do the damage before they had a chance to.
Okay. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX Red Dragon Illusion creature token with flying and haste, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Exile that token at the beginning of the next end step. Interesting. So you want that down, and you play a you try and play a stronger card, I suppose, to buff this thing.
You try and play some big boys, yeah.
Yeah. So if you like put the Stompy Dinosaur down or something like that.
Absolutely.
End the festivities. End the festivities deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature.
It's non-creature only, so you'd have to use spells. So that's probably not going to be great in red-green.
Fair enough. Ancestral Anger and the sorcery. Target creature gains trample and gets +X/+0 until the end of the turn, where X is 1 plus the number of cards named Ancestral Anger in your graveyard. Okay, so it only works after we've used a few. Okay. Toxrill, the Corrosive! Got that. Reckless Impulse. Exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. Ooh. So we sacrifice them for 1 go and then we get double cards after?
Exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. Yeah, so you can play them from...
Yeah.
Exile, yeah.
Ooh, the Creepy Puppeteer. Haste. Whenever Creepy Puppeteer attacks, if you attacked with exactly 1 other creature this combat, you may have that creature's base power and toughness become 4/3 until the end of the turn. So as long as we're attacking with multiple units, it gets the buff.
Yeah, but I mean that has limited value in like early game. So if you were attacked with like a 1/1, then sure that would be useful. Obviously, once you start getting some big stuff out, that's less valuable.
Lacerate flesh. It deals 4 damage to target creature. Create a number of blood tokens into the amount of excess damage dealt. So we've got some more removal there. Oh. Angie, the Maid of Dishonor. Do we a legendary? I don't think we have this one.
Yeah, it was in the deck that they gave us.
Oh, okay. It's red black anyway. Got those. Red white. A mythic rare wild card.
So wild cards, we've been getting quite a few of them. Basically, you can trade them for any card you want of that same rarity.
Oh, cool. Flourishing Hunter we haven't had before. This is expensive. When Flourishing Hunter enters the battlefield, you gain life equal to the greatest toughness among the other creatures. Wow, that's a huge heal, potentially. That is a massive heal, potentially. The Rending Flame. Rending Flame deals 5 damage to the target creature or planeswalker. If that permanent is a spirit, Rending Flame also deals 2 damage to the permanent's controller. Deals 5 damage to the target creature or planeswalker. What's a planeswalker?
So a planeswalker, in the game, I mean, technically, it's like the name for what a player is.
Oh, okay.
But in the game, there are planeswalker cards, and so these are like representations of the players and different kind of high-profile characters. So the way planeswalkers work is they're kind of like they're sort of like a separate creature you put down, and when an enemy attacks you, they can either attack you or they can attack your planeswalker. And then that planeswalker has loyalty points, I guess is the best way to describe it.
We're not doing any of that. Moving on.
Yeah, I doubt we're going to do it. I doubt we're going to have a planeswalker.
Not to be dismissive, but we're not doing that, so let's go forward. We are on a limited time here. Let's get some more packs. I think we still need a few little cards here.
There they are. Finish quests to earn more boosters in gold.
Okay.
Oh, we're doing more, are we?
We're going fast. Yeah, we're going very fast. The Voldaren Estate Land. Is that gold? What's this one?
So this is like colorless.
Oh, okay.
Choose it on anything. Probably want to open 10 at a time, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing of use there. Oh, red, black.
I mean, we do have like a red-black deck we can pull stuff from, so we could do red-black if you wanted to.
Okay. No, I don't. I like the red-green combo actually.
Oh, so that's a planeswalker there. Okay, the Geist Hunter.
Okay, legendary planeswalker. Yeah, we're not doing that. Return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield taps. Okay.
We're just opening this set, guys, because that's what we're sponsored by.
Yeah. This is what they asked us to look at. This is what they want us to play during the competition as well. Transform for 7 mana. Transform it into an oddity, which doubles it. Oh god, look at that thing. That's monstrous. Other creatures you could. It gives everything. Trample and haste. Oh, that's a chunker. Okay.
Yeah.
And Howling Moon. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target werewolf or werewolf gains 2/2 until the end of turn. Okay. Dominating Vampire again. Okay. Green, white. What's Dig Up? Cleave. Oh, that requires black. We've got another oddity. We've got a Hiveheart Shaman. Whenever the Shaman attacks, you may search your library for a basic land card that does not share a land type with a land you control. Pull that card on the battlefield and shuffle. Okay. The Stensia Uprising. At the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 red human creature token. Then if you control exactly 13 permanents, you may sacrifice Stensia Uprising. When you do, it deals 7 damage to any target. Wow, that's gross. That's really dark. Ooh. The Curse of Hospitality. Enchant player. Creatures attacking enchanted players have trample. When a creature deals combat damage to enchanted player, that player exiles the top card of their library until the end of the turn. That creature's controller may play that card and they may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. Okay. Oh. Chandra, legendary planeswalker Chandra. That's the red one.
So we probably will actually use this. I think,
oh no.
Potentially, because it's quite good.
Okay.
I actually think we have some of those because I think they're in the deck that we got given. Maybe.
Okay. Chandra, dressed to kill, deals 1 damage to up to 1 target player or planeswalker. Exile the top card of your library if it's red. What are these symbols on the side, Chris? The +1/+1 and the -7.
So these are loyalty points. So basically, you notice that thing in the bottom is 3.
Yeah.
So that's like the loyalty that she starts with.
Okay.
So if you were to use the top ability, then you would go up to 4.
Okay.
Or the second ability, you would gain an extra 1. The -7 is usually considered like the ultimate of that planeswalker. So you would have to buff it quite a few times before you can actually spend those loyalty points.
Okay.
If it ever gets down to 0, it dies like a creature.
And it can be attacked as well to drop its loyalty. It doesn't lose health, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so it gets attacked, and the loyalty points are effectively treated like his life.
Correct. Okay. Discard your hand, and then draw a card for each card you discard. Oh, so we can mulligan the whole card, the whole set. Oh, that was a 1. Don't want to do that. Open 10. Yeah, black green. No, no. Lacerate flesh again. Another Hellkite. Got that one. Lay to rest. Whenever a human you control dies, draw a card. Whenever a creature you control with a +1/1 counter on it dies, you gain 2 life. And Voldaren Estates, okay. You got blood. Aldrich Bloodcurse. Enchanted creature, when Sheltering Bow enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature gets +1/+3. Oh, that's a nice card. So much to learn here.
Yeah, there's a lot to this game.
Yeah.
Some things even I don't know.
Yeah. Another wolf or werewolf. Hungry Reggie gets 1/1 as trample. That's great. Got a lot of werewolf synergy going on here.
Yes, I would say so. That's where my mind was going.
The Magma Pummeler. Look at this, Chad. Magma Pummeler enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. If damage would be dealt to Magma Pummeler while it has 1/1 counter on it, prevent that damage and remove that many 1/1 counters from it. When 1 or more counters are removed from Magma Pummeler this way, it deals that much damage to any target. What is X based on then?
So if you look at the top, it's to do with the mana cost. So the more mana you spend on it, the bigger it is.
Ah, I gotcha. I've seen them. Right, have you got an idea for a deck then, Chris?
I mean, I'll have to see the collection. I mean, the obvious place we can go is looking at things like werewolf synergy. We also have lots of vampires and stuff. We'll just have a look at what we've got available.
Okay. Go to decks then. I don't know, home. Right, where do we build our deck?
You go to decks.
Okay, what's decks? Add.
You can add a new deck, yeah. Okay, right. So basically, the way decks work in Magic is it's 60 cards.
Yep.
And then you can also have what's called a sideboard. Now, sideboards are only really relevant in Best of 3, which is what we're going to be playing, and they did want us to use.
Very dirty.
So
Google.
the sideboard in Best of 3 is 15 cards, and basically what the sideboard is it's like a set of cards that you have that are not in your deck, but
it's
you
a
can
sub-bench.
switch in. You can switch in between games.
Yeah, it's a sub bench.
So-
I get that.
Yeah.
So if it's just in case if Anna hard counters me in the first game, like we could sub some things in to try and alleviate that problem.
Correct. Yeah. So if we can try and build a deck that we think works really well to what synergies we have, and what we expect she might play, and then in our sideboard we might want to put some things that we think she could choose or are outside of our general deck style.
Okay.
So the buff that gives you reach and +3/+3 might be pretty good for a sideboard card, because you'd only really want that if she's got flyers.
Mm-hmm.
As an example.
So do we start by adding lands and things to get us going?
I believe there is an auto land feature to do that, as I recall.
What format are we choosing here?
We're going to play standard.
Okay.
Is there an auto land feature, guys? I've not played too much Arena. I'm sure that I believe there is. People are saying.
Okay, we've got filters. The game will add 24 lands. Okay, so it'll base it on our cards we put in.
Yeah. All right. Let's do that then. So
okay,
let's focus on what the cards we want. So if we look at kind of green, I think the spec we're going to be mostly green, and maybe probably a little some red kind of coming in as well.
Okay.
So much like in Hearthstone, it's going to be about making a kind of a nice mana curve as well.
Yep.
So we want to make sure that there's kind of some cheap stuff, and then obviously as we go up, we want to be producing more.
What's the limit on card types? Like, it was 2 in Hearthstone. You can have 2 of the same.
Of the same card.
Yes.
I believe the current rules is 4. If people can say they can. Confirm.
I think this.
It's 4.
Yeah, it's collected. I think it means this at the top. I think this
Yeah.
is what the 4 is.
Yeah, it's 4.
Okay. So where do we start?
I'd say let's start by, we can kind of correct as we go through. So let's kind of start at the beginning and just low down on the mana curve, and let's just kind of pick out what we want, and we can smooth out the curve in any areas where we think we need it. So let's look at what we really want, I guess, first.
Okay.
So what werewolves have we got? If you want to go through them.
Can we search like that?
Shouldn't we? I think it was in the card description.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because we can do it like this. Does it have to be specifically a werewolf? That did change it a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
So, not too good on the cheap. We start off with a 3 mana is the cheapest werewolf we seem to have. Oh no, they're not ordered by mana. Never mind. Oh, they are. 3, 4. No, they're not ordered by mana. 6, 4. Am I picking here or?
Yeah, I mean we can craft some stuff to fill out as well, because we do have wild cards. So pick what you think seems interesting, and we'll kind of go through it. What sort of stuff looks cool to you for your deck?
Okay, so let's start off with a couple of cheap ones. So this is probably going to work out really well.
Yeah, I think that's a cool card. Early game. Yeah, it's really nice.
Hungry Werewolf seems to work with that as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's the standard of how many you would put in. Like, do you want all 4? Do you want all of those?
Well, again, we can refine the amounts. So this isn't final at this first stage.
What does this one do? Menace. Okay. Not particularly on the cheap side. How did we change the day and night cycle? I didn't see anything that actually did that.
There are cards that do it. So some creatures have the ability to do it. But it does do it based on the number of spells that get cast. I'm just reading up on the rules.
This Howling Moon enchantment. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target wolf or werewolf you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Your opponent casts their second spell each turn. Create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. Yeah, Howling Moon seems like a good choice. I think we have to craft some of these. Not collected, but
Yes,
in
we
deck.
have to.
We're only at 35. Do we not want any of the bigger green cards, or do we want to go full werewolf synergy here?
No, I think it'll be like because we probably want to go kind of mid-range. So I think kind of a nice, reasonable mana curve is probably smart. So if we bring in some big, yeah, I think we want her. I think the Piper's pretty good.
Oh, that was the one that can't be blocked and gets buffed at night. Oh, the green red legendary.
That's not a legendary; it's just a dual color.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I'd probably go all in on Piper. To be honest, I think we'll get full 4 of those if we can.
On what?
The Piper on the next page.
This guy. Okay. I wonder if it'll save these. Oh, we can click it here.
I might not do it just yet, though.
Yeah, let's see what we finish up with. I just saw the button there, that's all. Add a mana of any colour. This could be handy.
Maybe like 1 or 2. Yeah, I won't go crazy on it.
What's Howling Moon again? Beginning of combat on your turn, target werewolf or gets 2/2. I mean, we should take these, right?
What's the second spell each time? Create a 2/2 green wolf. Yes, that's pretty good.
If we've got a lot of wolves in the pack. Oh, I've already got them in. Okay. I don't know. I don't know the strength of the rest.
Fill. Yeah.
Okay.
And let's start to look at what else is good that we might want to get in.
Do we not want some common cards in? Usually the commons are actually pretty good to pad things out.
Yeah, they're generally like fill cards.
Okay, so where do you want to look?
Well, let's see what we got.
Let's look at just green for a moment. We need some spells.
We could probably do with some stuff at 1 mana. Start us off.
Yeah, true.
And then we also need some spells. So maybe like Stony Strength. We thought that was quite good in the standard green for the blockers.
Oh, yeah, that was the spell. What about that guy who gave us a bit of mana? This guy here.
Yeah, it's quite a good start. That's quite nice if we want to get some stuff out. Although, if we're doing that stuff, we want to make sure we have some big bastards in to justify that mana.
It adds of any colour as well, right? So that works with our reds. That makes sense. That makes some sense, right? Because we can, no matter what we come out with, green or red, it'll work. Right.
I think we probably want to look at more red as well because we want some burn in here. So,
okay, what have we got over in the red? I haven't played with a lot of these, so I'm not sure if they're any good.
No, I mean, hopefully we'll have time for a game or two so we can actually try it out.
We want some removal. Yeah, we had the abrade one. Destroy target artifact. What's that?
So artifact is like a permanent buff almost, so that you might give someone a hammer or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But it's nicely versatile, you know.
Do we want shock and abrade? Because I mean,
the shock is nice. Like having a 1 mana like early game is quite nice. I wouldn't go too heavy on it, but
yeah, I got 2 of those.
1 or 2 in is quite nice.
We've got 4 cards left. We've got nothing huge in here yet.
Yeah, so maybe let's have a look at some of the big guys. And I suggest we probably want a Planeswalker or 2.
How big do we want to go? Like Gigantosaurus big?
Well, ideally we want some stuff that's got synergy. So if we look at kind of what our deck has, we do have some mana pump. Not a huge amount, but some. Go back a bit.
We've got Markov Waltzer.
Those are red, white.
Red, white, yeah.
Okay, this
Oh,
was
Helena and Alina?
Yeah, that was cool. I thought that seemed really nice. I'd probably put, like, can we have more than one of those? If it'll let us.
Which one?
The Helena and Elena.
Yeah, I've got it in. There it is.
Yeah, can we do another one?
Yep.
Just craft one, but...
What about a Planeswalker then? Did you want one of those?
Yeah, so we want Arlen, so... I think it's further down. Is it Arlen? I forget the name.
Can that be found?
Just type in plane, you'll find it. Plane, L-A-N-E.
Oh, is A&E? Okay.
Yeah, Chandra, that's the name.
Chandra.
Yeah.
Okay, that gives us space for one more card.
Although, obviously, we can...
Yeah, we could adjust, but I'm just saying that's where we're kind of getting to.
Let's look at the big stuff on green. Friends like the fatty.
Yeah, let's go right to the end. Gronlock! I love his name. Right, there's that big trampoline dinosaur friend.
Yeah, we did quite like that, didn't we?
I mean, he just came out and just started wrecking face, right?
And then we've got that other one, the Cultivated Colossus. That was one we've got in the packs.
Love the content.
Thank you, man. I'm so invested right now. I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. I mean, it confuses me every time I look at a new set. Yes, this one is obviously one if we've got plenty of land.
Cultivated Colossus' power and toughness that you each equals the number of lands you control. When the Colossus enters the battlefield, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. If you do, draw a card and repeat this process. Or you could just you could spam out a ton of land.
Yeah.
That's to make up for the fact that you might come out a bit weak, I guess. Ideally, you have a lot of land already.
Yeah, you would need plenty of land at the start to do that.
I mean, I kind of prefer the Brontodon instead. Because he just scales up as we go.
He does. There's probably the Colossus has more potential, but it's a little more requiring, you know, good stuff. Whereas the Brontodon is like a 7/7 at least, and will always be stronger, pretty much. Yeah,
exactly. And with our Creatids out and stuff like that, I think we can manage that. I mean, maybe not, but we'll find out. That gives us our cards. So, details here of what we've got. So we've got 13 red, 26 green, 24 lands, 3 Captain America shields. We've only got 4 1-mana cards. We've got 13 2-mana.
I'd say we're probably maybe a little heavy on 2s. We could do with maybe a 5-drop.
Look, can I filter? Can you filter? Oh, is this mana cost?
Yeah, I can see.
I assume it is. Yeah. Oh, there's tons of cards we don't have which you could craft. Is there anything you think we're particularly missing?
Yeah, I'm not super familiar. I'm not familiar with really the set, so. Chat, is there anything like super obvious you think is missing out of Crimson Vow? Well, it's not really illegal per se. They just want us to use Crimson Vow. It's not like a strict thing, but you can filter by set actually as well.
Snarling Werewolf. We've got this Kasig Wolf Rider. It's 1 red. Comes later. Got a little raging goblin friend. Not really playing to our werewolf synergy much.
You're just on 1 mana, right, at the moment?
Yep.
Yeah, I think most of the werewolf stuff is higher up. Ascendant Pack Leader for your 1-cost green good synergy. There you go. Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's a wolf, yeah. So pack leader enters the battlefield with 1/1 counter on it if you control a permanent or mana value 4 or greater. And you cast a spell with a mana value 4 or greater, put 1/1 on it. Oh, that's pretty cool, because that mixes with a lot of stuff we have. We need to start dropping something now, then.
Yeah, so what have we got that's a bit much? I mean, 4 braids maybe a little bit heavy, so we could probably drop in a braid.
Looking at the 2 manas, we've got Howling Moons.
We drop a Pack Song Pup. We don't need 4 of those. One thing I'm slightly concerned about is we don't have a manual means to switch it to night at the moment. We'd have to rely on spell casts. So I believe there is a spell for that.
You know what it's called?
Do we have Unnatural Moonrise? Someone's already put it down. So Unnatural Moonrise is what we'd be looking for. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Probably do 2 of those, I think. So we can reliably switch it tonight.
Okay. We have boosted our 1 mana shout here. Not too terrible here.
Yeah, we're just missing something at 5, really.
We need to have something at 5?
I'd probably drop a 4 for a 5, just to give us, maybe. Yeah, maybe look for a werewolf on 5 mana.
Checking. Over in red, don't we? We've got the Village Watch. Just a nice solid car.
Wolves and werewolves you control have haste. That could be really good for like a real push.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one next to it? That's it.
The Volatile Arsonist. Menace and Haste.
I'm less keen on that one. That's not bad, but it's alright. It's 5 mana. It deals 1 damage to each of up to 1 target creature, up to 1 target player, and a 1 target planeswalker. Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Okay.
Yeah.
That puts us at 61, so we need to drop something somewhere.
I'd say probably.
What have we got? We've got 2 braids now.
Probably drop a 2, I guess, if we can. I'd almost say that because we're not that heavy on like pushing mana. So maybe we drop a Carotid. We're a bit more. Yeah, we're a bit more mid-range, so.
All right, should we have a game with this and see what happens?
Yeah, let's try it. We'll worry about sideboard later because that's kind of the last thing. Is we'll kind of decide what.
Done.
All right, let's try it. Let's try again for that one.
Right, it hasn't got a name.
We'll have a.
There it is. The Cramling Killer. There it is. The Beast.
Oh, people are saying dual lands because we just did auto lands, so we probably want to add dual lands.
Okay. I'm not sure where we edit our lands.
We just remove them manually and add in the.
I'm not sure where they're listed. That's the thing. Oh, here we
It's
go. Mountains and forests.
Yes, if you just find the dual lands, it'll auto-calculate the rest. If you search for pathway, is it the same pathway?
Pathway?
That's black, so that's not. That's black-red. It's not really what we want.
Right.
You can filter land.
Yeah.
Not in the search. I mean the filter.
Beep boop.
Beep boop boop.
Beep boop. There we go. matter if we haven't collected it. Yay! So if we go over to green, we should see combo lens towards the end, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Are we looking
Yeah,
for
rock
these?
full veil. That's
Full
it.
veil. So how many multi-lands do we want?
I mean, mostly it's still going to be normal, so maybe like 3.
Four, so I'll take 2 away from the others.
It'll also do it, but yeah, can do.
I have to craft them, that's all. Okay.
Let's try it.
Okay.
So just go to play. Bottom.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. And then not color challenge. That's not what we want.
No. Standard ranked. Traditional standard play.
That's traditional is best of 3, which I don't think we want to do now.
Oh, standard rank.
Yeah, let's just standard ranks.
Crumbling,
So-
kill it. All right, team. Prepare yourselves for the ultimate in synergy. It's gonna be so free. So free. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, what are you doing,
You
dude?
absolute troll, man.
You absolute maniac.
Okay.
If you come in here with like some tournament grade net deck,
Well, okay.
yeah,
There's a problem
we'll
here. We have a lot of
yeah,
red.
We'll have to mulligan that. I think. Yes, almost certainly. That's maybe. Well, actually, we're pretty heavy on high mana stuff actually.
Yeah.
We can't really afford to lose another card though.
Oh, when you mulligan, do you drop a card?
Yeah, and once you like the advantage goes down considerably each time. Well, statistically.
Okay.
And then just choose what to drop. So
well, then-
high cost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll drop that. Okay.
Can we not get more dual land cards? Is it only the 4?
You'd have to use a different type of card, but you have to bear in mind that those enter the game tapped, so you can't use them on that turn. That's the only downside. So. Is he using mono white? Okay. Oh, he's using. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Might as well.
This is fun.
So yeah, certainly next time I'd say it's almost worth getting rid of the priest. Because it gets scary.
Okay.
I'd say it's worth using removal on the priest. While you still can. Buy ammo.
Okay. I want to keep this wolf down. Because we've got so much wolfy synergy. If we get some more mana.
Indeed.
No
I'll just
block.
let it through for now, yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't really got enough mana at the moment, so.
It's very mean, basic sword. Oh, we got a forest! Yay! Right. On your turn, target wolf or werewolf you control gets 2/2 until the end of turn. So second spell check, 2/2 green wolf. Okay, if this works out, I think it does. I'm only going to get 1/1 out of that. Yeah, it's not going to help. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
It happens at the end then. Okay. We can't really do anything.
No, we're just missing something at the moment.
I think it's we dead. Sacrifice the escort, target creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it. Against lifelink and indestructible to the end of turn.
You have to hit resolve.
Yeah. Nothing I can do. Oh my god. Well, need to sort the mana out and the low end.
Yeah, I mean, it may well just be that this was luck in this instance. The mana values, like the amount of land you have, is usually reasonably set. It's not specifically set, but
Right, I think we're on what, like
24s.
turn whatever, and we've got 4 mana.
well, that'll just be because we're mana drought. That's all.
Yeah, we can't play anything either.
Yeah, so that's more just the luck of the draw. It's we generally want to play a couple of games to check the efficacy of it.
I can
Given
play
the deck.
Chandra.
I'd probably say, yeah, that one.
Taste the sizzle. I still can't kill your card though.
No, you'll be able to block it next turn, so you can chump it with Elena because it's got reach.
Yeah. Ain't much I can do here. I'll just kill both of my units, right?
I
I mean, they can't. Yeah. Yeah, I'll only kill one. Alright, let's see. I'm going for it. You're blocking with everything, or what? You're seeing beat booping. Whenever another creature you control leaves the battlefield, you gain life. Luminous Phantom will be put in a graveyard from anywhere. Exile it instead. Okay. We don't have any healing in this deck right now either.
No, although typically this colour you wouldn't. Not a lot, at least, anyway.
Well, I have to block here.
Yeah.
There's a puppy. Okay. Have we got anything that'll block flying?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, so if I shock his... Oh, it can't attack, can't block a flying one, can it?
No.
Okay. Minion combat on your turn. Target wolf or werewolf control gets +2 until the end of turn. Okay. That's kind of... Come to me, daddy.
Yeah. It's this. That's it for this one.
Yep.
We can try again. Yeah, I mean, we were just unlucky with mana. That's all it is.
Fight the power! Oh, it's me.
You have to hit next.
Yeah. I was set in stone. I was ready to go.
Hmm. You have to hit resolve.
Holy shit. Flying Vigilance, lifelink, indestructible. Killed a unit! Did you see me, fellas?
Indestructible.
Yeah.
Guys. Well, okay, we need to do a couple to see if, how this actually performs with normal mana. And again, it's not like a mono white deck, obviously, as well.
Why, is that just a hard counter to us? Because we can't rock that way.
No, I mean, you know, we were just against a better, I guess, somewhat better deck. And I apparently think mono white's pretty good. This tier people were saying. But beyond that, it was more just a case of we didn't have enough mana, right?
Well, then can we
there's
fix
actually a
that?
problem. Well, it may not be a matter of fixing it. We may just have been unlucky, right? So
Okay. All right.
we won't
Right.
know until we've played it a few times.
We go again.
By the way, if I see you in stream joining this game, I'm going to time you out,
Oh, yeah.
or at least turn the stream off. Don't stream tonight.
Here we go. There's also white deck.
I mean, you can, I suppose, guess if it's a Johnny, but not necessarily.
All right, we got some good mana. Oh, we got all mana here. Yeah, this seems okay.
Yeah, I think we can go for this. Yeah, it is a lot of mana, but as long as we draw some creatures and stuff, it's fine.
Now, because this comes out tapped, and it's the first go, isn't that fine?
Yeah, because we have nothing to play.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that would be a good time to put it down, yeah. Okay, so he's playing white-blue then. Most likely.
Right, so we can change it to night. As long as you control another wolf or werewolf, hungry werewolf gets +1 and has trample.
Yeah, we don't need it night
Okay.
just yet, so...
No.
Save that.
Oh, I've got the pup I could put out as well. Another mana. So when I'm against blue, I need to be aware they can be using spells against some of my maneuvers, right?
Yeah, so they'll have removal, counter spells.
Okay. Portal, what's that? During your turn, you may pay 2 mana and exile this card from your hand face down. Cast it on a later turn for its foretell cost. What does that mean? They can just like bank it for later, so it can't be killed now?
Yeah.
Alright, I see. I see. Okay. What do you think? Would you abrade something like that and just get rid of it?
I'll probably just get a creature out for now until you need it. You don't know if they're going to play something that actually does anything. They'll just block it, so I won't do it.
Go on, attack me, you wouldn't. Go on. Woohoo. Let's get some more werewolves out, man. I've got all this werewolf synergy. Howl! We need a howl emote when I'm playing Cramlin. We need it, Chris. We need to howl at the moon. That's what we'll call lethal. It's full moon, baby. Oh, what's that? Add mana. Spend this mana only to foretell a card from your hand or cast an instant sorcery spell. Okay.
They were a little mana flooded. We'll have to see how we go.
I don't think there's any harm in getting that out there.
Yeah.
We don't want to change it from night to day yet.
No, I'd almost say maybe we want to get rid of the 3/3 just to slow them down a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Howl! Going to town, son! Chop, chop, baby! Game 1 mana screwed, game 2 mana flood. Welcome to Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, that is the case. I mean, there's a reason why Hearthstone doesn't do mana in the same way, but it does change your. You don't really
That's
get.
fine. You have to adapt, right? I mean, sometimes you're going to be screwed, but that's card games in general.
Yeah, there are benefits and drawbacks to both systems. You know, if you go with the Hearthstone system, then you don't really get to do lots of cool stuff. Because we really don't.
Vega the Watcher. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, draw a card.
Okay, so this is all about kind of foretelling stuff then. That's what the deck's focused on, I guess.
Okay.
We still don't have anything that's Nightborn yet, so...
Yeah. Alright, so we can get a forest out. Get a werewolf out. I still add mana, though. I mean, it does make it a 3/4.
Yeah, maybe hold it still, but we'll use it. Okay, so it's now day.
Yep. We don't need to swap anything.
No.
Good. Oh, the chunky wolf!
It's getting there, so... yeah, I'll say attack, because we're...
This little puppy, man.
Problem, but...
They grow up so quick.
You might sack the flyer into the 3-2.
That's fine. All I want to do is win one game, Chris. I'll win one game. Oh, what's that noise? Oh, he's made it frozen? Oh, it's just sound effects, okay. Exile up to one non-land, non-token permanent you don't control with mana value of 4 or less. When the apparition leaves the battlefield, the exile card's owner creates an XX blue illusion creature token, where X is the mana value of the exiled card. That was a lot of information.
He's nicked your puppet.
He can't use it, he's just like removed it, hasn't
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having one of those days. It does happen in this game, unfortunately. Although, I mean, I don't know where the opponent is in terms of how well they're going. Because nothing's really happened yet, but it can be like that with blue, so...
Alright, Howling Moon. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target wolf or werewolf you control gets 2/2 until the end of turn. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token.
We might as well play it now,
yeah.
to be honest.
Aha! Fight me, though. Go on. Go on, you wouldn't. Go on. Give me my puppy back. Oh, I want my puppy back. I don't want this thing. Can I turn this back into a dog?
Unfortunately not. No.
Come on. Bring me that victory. This is it. Okay. Birdie's back. One damage.
I mean, it can't kill your guy, so you might as well block it, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, if we change it to nighttime, this does buff this.
Yes, I mean, I suppose we're gambling whether or not we get something better, right? That's all we're doing.
Okay. Come on, then. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. Go on. Go on.
Probably would have kept back the 2/2s more.
Nah, man. Go face! See, we got more mana, Chris.
Actually, we might be okay here because we've got Howling Moon again.
Do we want to play that now?
No, I'll wait.
I think we do, because it's at the beginning of our turn, right?
Yeah, but it gives the buff until end of turn, so... yeah, it just means we lose the buff because it goes to day, that's the problem.
No, because I could do Moonrise. Right? Oh, no. Oh, never mind. Oh, we got a card. Well, we can swap it to Moonrise again. Let's get the forest now.
What's the guy do? It's a wolf oil.
You can put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If it's a wolf or a werewolf. Right. Right, this thing's going to get like double turbo buff now. With trample. 3, 6, 7. He's going to be well more powerful than that.
Yeah. You can probably put down the other guy now as well.
No, we're not going to kill him. But... Oh. I want my puppy back. It's not the best card to choose, but I do want my puppy back. Alright, I'll get this. I'll get a different doggy. Oh, no, it went back to daytime. Oh, I'm so dumb.
Yeah, so basically, when you cast spells, it switches you over, so...
Right, yeah, I didn't think of that. Shame. We were close to the win then. I just wanted my puppy back. There are land as a battlefield under control. Okay.
Oh, I think you used the ability rather than attack. I think maybe you just like mispressed. I'm trying to figure out what happened.
Okay. I probably want to do this one then.
Whichever one you want to attack with, I guess. And ideally different. Well,
this one has slightly more base health. Right? Because they can do 1, 4, 7, 8 damage to me. Right?
Are you playing it or?
He's making a decision. Oh, you returned the card. Interesting. Okay. We're still going face here, though. Well, we'll see. We might lose a couple of cards here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't have attacked with everything.
Yeah. I'm just throwing these cards into the fucking meat grinder right now. But Smork at go face. It's okay. The strong card survives. That's the wolf for you, right? One of them needs to be the alpha. No point in buffing him now, I don't think, no. Right?
So beginning of combat on your turn, target wolf well. You can play it now just to use your mana. I know, because it's going to...
No, it sits over here.
The day-night mechanic, yeah. I keep forgetting about the day-night mechanic, but...
Is he got to return it back to my hand again? No. Okay. It's alright, my Chad Weaver of Blossoms is going to get through all this. Dope. One, 4, 7. He could kill me here.
You could kill it, yeah.
Yeah.
You would have to
I
block
like
with
this
lots.
new edgelord look creature.
And he'd be left with a fearless fledgling. But he loses if he doesn't, right? That's the thing. He either blocks with absolutely everything or he loses. What's he got left?
Yeah, he won't lose because you don't have trample during daytime. So.
No, I ever got trample, but he'd have to sack every one of his cards.
Well, no, what I mean is because you don't have trample, he can chump block you.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Well, he can block you with just one card, is what I'm saying.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I'm thinking he'd have to block with all 3. Yeah, true. Anyway. It's nighttime now, though. I need chain lightning. Just eradicate this entire field. Easy. Oh.
Being a come out on your turn, put 2/1/1 counters on another target. Oh, that's pretty good, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it's night. So I'd go big, to be honest. No, on the other guy because you can't attack with the.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
But...
I mean, we still attack, right?
Yeah, now you've got trample, so he will have to block.
Oh, of course, it's nighttime. We have trample now, right?
Yeah,
No, we don't have trample.
Is it not during
No.
night? Or I think no.
No. Trample comes from the different buff. But we still start clearing his units, right? This isn't no reason not to, I don't think. It's not got death touch or anything.
Yeah. You've got plenty of health, so you're good.
Got to use his 1/1, I'm sure, or something. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, progress. Oh no, has he got some spell?
Maybe.
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 Maybe. What would we buff here? The 8/8? What do you reckon?
It's unfortunate we can't do the buff beforehand, but yeah, we'd probably have to buff the. Well, we want to spread the wealth realistically at this point, right? So we, you can't just kill.
Yeah, you can't kill either, can he? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so I'll probably buff the 5/6.
Oh, this is gonna be a bit. This is gonna look a bit strong.
But unfortunately, you can still.
Yeah, we still can't get through the door. Knock, knock. Woohoo! Let me in. Woohoo! Get me 1-1.
Yeah, we just don't want a board wipe or anything like that. That's the main board wipe or big removal.
Dude, I fucked that 1-1 up. You see that? You proud of me?
But we are wearing him down.
Should have killed him like 20 moves ago, but whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, I wish we had trample, dude. We'd be so...
I just wish I didn't smash all my cards into a wall of a meat grinder. But here we are. Yes!
Hog.
Alright. Engage the thickness. Bigger. More. More.
Power.
More. More power.
More deeps.
Well, to be fair, my idiocy that led to this has still made it kind of fun.
It can be once you get going, yeah.
I feel like I just turned up with a battle cruiser aiming 5 nukes at this little dog. That was... Grazalax, the Illithid Scholar. Whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may return it to its owner's hand. Whenever one of your more... Okay. Oh, big boy's here!
Big boy's here.
Big boy's here! Oh, more! More! More power! Okay. More power! Alright, let's do the math on this. We have 53 damage. Let's see. Is that lethal? Yeah.
I think it might be. I'm not sure.
Oh, I want all of them to hit. Oh, man. Tier 4, dude. Climbing them ranks. Influencer 20. Just took you to school. Can I change the name of this account?
Yeah, we're at the end of our 2 hours, but...
I know.
Before we do, I think... I suppose we could probably do a little refinement off stream. But...
yeah, I mean, I want to kind of stick to the time limit. That's kind of what we've agreed to.
Yeah, I mean, we'll need to prep like our sideboard and stuff, and we'd probably want to swap out a couple of cards. But
yeah, for sure.
I think once it gets going, it's fine. I think we just need to kind of like maybe tweak out a couple of shitters. Start the early game, but it's kind of fun.
It's kind of fun. Well, that's our time up before we play the tournament, the competition next week.
Yeah, this account is just for the promotion.
It's just for the competition, guys. That's why we have this one. Want to play me again? Not right now. No. I think we need to. I'd probably just Google a deck, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe we just go like this.
I think that's a fair rule. There's no like searching up a deck on the internet. But yeah, we'll start out the sideboard and stuff next week before the game.
You know what I'll do after the tournament? Is finish the colour challenges.
Well, you'll have to do them from the beginning again because you'll be on your own account probably.
Are they taking this off me? Ah.
I would imagine so. I don't know where you keep it.
Ah. Better waste all the coins then. Right. Oh, I'm going to take my account off me. Ander, what's up, brother? Ooh, woo, indeed. Ooh, woo. It's the account they sent me for the competition.
Yeah, it's like just a test account.
Yeah. It's a test account for the competition. Okay. All right. Well, thank you to Chris for your help. We're back in the morning. We'll be heading to Stormblood, at least to its doorstep. Tomorrow, we will be heading to Stormblood.
When are we doing Pokemon?
I'm not sure. Did Mike get a thingy or?
Isn't that out tomorrow?
It is out tomorrow, but I'm going out at night. So I was kind of thinking of maybe trying to squeeze a Saturday in and get us started on Pokemon there. Is my game plan. But I'll see. I know Mike was looking into getting some stuff for us as well. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to love you and leave you. And say goodbye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.